Hello and welcome to Die Rolling. I'm Adam.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Will.
There's some kind of delay here, clearly. So tonight we're going to be playing Damnation, the Gothic game. It took me a few attempts to do that because I kept saying Damnation, the Gothic game. Gothic Damnation game. So anyway, we're going to be playing this with Chris from Black Letter Games. And we have already reviewed this.
I was going to say, we've already played this game before. We played the prototype.
Yeah.
We played a while back now, so there's been quite a few changes made. So we're going to give it a go, and Chris is going to take us through the whole process, and we'll come back after this and tell you what we thought. So if you want to fast forward about an hour and 2 hours, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if you fast forward to the very end, you'll see our thoughts. But if you want to see how it plays, stay tuned.
This game, I love this game.
Yeah. This is the one where I tried to chase you as a vampire and I failed miserably.
Yeah. I have this.
This
for
is
my
so
board
good.
game group to play.
Yeah, you made my year, mate, with your review in that one.
Oh no, I know what it is. Oh yeah, I love this game. This is fucking awesome.
So there we go, Chris. Already off the.
Right, can we leave it there?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Thanks for watching.
Okay. So there's just as a heads up. This is I've added some expansion content.
Ooh, nice.
Not all of the expansion content is being featured, just because some of it is pretty. Well, it's still in quite a bit of testing, really, and I don't want it to go too badly wrong. So yeah, it's not a final version. You know, it still is a work in progress. Although, you know, it's kind of more or less there now. You know, I assume I'm gonna have to go through the rules again. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a memory like a goldfish.
Yeah. If Jamie hasn't played the game like 5 minutes ago, he won't remember what the game is until about halfway through, and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is how it's going."
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go through it. This game's got quite a few like small rules, so it takes a little while to explain it, and it sounds like mad, but it does play in a kind of a straightforward manner. Like, I don't think you'll have any trouble like once we've started playing. But I'll just go through the basics of it anyway. So I'll start off with basically the aim of the game is to be the last surviving player. So you've got to outlive every other player in the game to win. And you're going to do that by wandering around the castle, moving into these various rooms, picking up cards that will allow you to do various things, like attacking people, like playing actions that's going to mess people up, all sorts of various bits and pieces. But the fundamental aim is to stay alive. So some of these rooms are more dangerous than others as well. Like, you'll see the torture chamber and the dungeon both have skulls on them. There is actually a card in the torture chamber that means you can get eliminated just by drawing the wrong card. But there is more powerful weapons in that room than anywhere else. So you just have to be mindful of that. Thank you. Cheers, thank you. So basically, the idea is don't go in the torture chamber unless you're desperate or unless you have some kind of protection against that card. It's called the Iron Maiden. Right. Okay. So how do you move around the castle? I'll use this figure as a way to explain. So when you move, you roll these two dice together, the red one and the white one. The white one is called the castle die. So you roll these together, and your movement total is the number that's shown on the red die. The symbol that's shown on the white die might have an effect on the number that's shown. So this dice mainly tells you what the light levels are wherever you are in the castle. So this one here, the candlelight symbol, means that it's relatively well illuminated. So what you can do is you can add or remove 1 from this movement total, and you have to move up to your maximum. You have to move your full movement. So this becomes a 4, a 5, or a 6 with this particular roll. So what I mean by that is, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't double back. The only exception to cutting your movement short is if you can enter a room. You don't need the exact amount of movement to enter a room. You just need to be able to get through the door. Mm-hmm. So that's what that symbol does. There's a couple more symbols on here. The castle symbol, this is an event. So when you get that, we are going to draw the top card from the castle event deck, and you're going to follow the instructions for whatever it says. Mm-hmm. All sorts of things going on there. And the last one, if I can be lucky enough to roll it, probably not. It's a 1 in 6, but it's basically a circle with some jagged spikes. You can probably see it as I'm sort of rolling it. So what that means is, ordinarily, these tokens by here, these things here, are traps. So ordinarily, in order to trigger a trap, you have to finish your movement on a trap token in order to trigger it. You would flip it over and you'd reveal it. So you can just move past traps, no problem. Mm-hmm. It's only if you kind of, say if you found yourself here and you rolled a 2, you'd be in a spot to bother. If you'd rolled this symbol and a 5, you have to stop and trigger the first trap that you pass. So that becomes, a much bigger problem. So that's what the dice do. The other things on the board, so if you finish your movement, likewise with a trap, if you finish your movement on one of these spaces, these are trap doors, or secret doors rather, not trap doors. If you finish your movement on one of them, you can jump to any empty secret door space on the board. So this is a way of kind of getting around quite quickly. And the only other one to tell you about that you'll see is these ones with the arrows. Mm-hmm. If you land on a space with an arrow, you have to move one space in that direction. Mm-hmm. So whichever arrow it is, so say if you landed here, you'd have to move into the dungeon. If you only rolled a 1 moving out the dungeon, you'd have to go back in. So that's the board. Right, the next thing I want to tell you about is the kind of cards that you'll find in the castle. So if you come up to the top of the board here, there's 4 different types of cards that I want to show you. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh. That's a good one.
Just to remind everyone, if you want to zoom in on those cards to see what they say, just hold down Alt.
Oh, that was lucky. Okay, so we've got the 3 different types of cards here. Now, the first thing to say, every card in the game is single use. So once you've used it, it's gone. Okay, you discard it to the bottom of the deck, wherever it's come from. So the first card I'll talk to you about is the event cards, and you'll see there's event written on the top of the card itself. To remind you, the border is different. It's like an ellipsis circle. I'm not sure what you call that. And it's also got this book icon on it as well. So with the events, what you do, if you draw one of these, you have to play it face up in front of you and read what it says to everyone. So there's no getting away from it. It doesn't go into your hand. You just read it and you follow the instructions. Mm-hmm. These ones here, these are action cards, and these are more like utility cards, really. You can hold on to them in your hand, and you basically keep them until you're ready to use them. And how and when you can use them should be written on the card itself. Mm-hmm. If you do have any questions about it, just let me know, and I'll try and explain it without giving the game away. And then the last 2 are kind of subsets of the same type of card. They're basically equipment cards. So on the top you've got a weapon, and on the bottom you've got protection. Now, again, like with the action cards, you just kind of have a read of what it says, and they're all different. Some of them have got different abilities as well. But the biggest thing I want to point out is what these icons mean at the top here. So when I said that all the cards in the game are single use, that is true, except for cards that have this symbol here. So this means it's a relic. So these are really powerful cards because you can keep using it again and again and again. This is found in the torture chamber, so it's one of the best weapons in the game. The crossbow is the range of the weapon. Next to that, you've got the skull, which is the damage that weapon deals. And then the top right-hand corner, you've got the eye symbol. What that means is it functions like an event. So you have to play this face up and basically reveal it to everyone for as long as you've got it. So that's weapons. And then just below that, we've got protection card. So the main symbol that you're going to see on these is the shield. And that shield and the value next to it will tell you how much damage you can prevent by discarding this card. Alternatively, this is a good one because you can discard this in the torture chamber to ignore a card you've drawn. So say if you go to the torture chamber because you've got a good chance of finding a really good weapon, but if you've got this, you're safe from the Iron Maiden, which is this card here, by the way. You are eliminated from the game. Not even cards that give protection from damage stop you from this text. It's just you're gone. So be really, really careful about exploring that room. So that's cards.
Nice.
Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, so I'll go through some of the other rooms. So the vast majority of rooms that you enter, you're just going to draw a room card from that room. And obviously all the room cards are at the top here. Why is this 13 in there? Right, sorry, I put the wrong card back in. There it is. So yeah, most of these rooms, like it's really straightforward. You know, you go into the master bedroom, you draw the master bedroom card, the top card from that deck, and so on. Now, there are some rooms where that's not the case. So I'll just explain them now. So the first one is the courtyard, which is this one over here. So with the courtyard, ordinarily, you can only ever attack players when they're in a corridor space. That is unless you're in the courtyard. So the courtyard acts as a corridor space in this regard. So it counts as if you're adjacent to someone who's in there.
Okay.
So that's the courtyard. Next up, we have the vault down here. So you'll see the vampire is in the vault at the moment. If you enter the vault and the vampire is in there, then you suffer 3 damage, and on the beginning of your next turn, you become the vampire. And we'll talk about what that means a little bit later on. But yeah, that's basically it. If the vampire is out of that room and you go in there, then you draw the top card from the vault deck. So there are some good cards in the vault, but it's a trade-off because there's always a chance that he might be able to come back and get you. So that's the vault. The next one we got up here, the top right-hand corner, the Dark Tower. So the Dark Tower contains the most powerful cards in the game. But you can only enter the Dark Tower if you have a soul token to trade in there. So every player starts with a soul token. You can't trade your own to enter the Dark Tower. So you have to get a soul token either by killing another player, or there are various other ways that you can do it. But if you can enter the Dark Tower, then you draw the top 2 cards from the Dark Tower deck, and you get to choose one to keep. And they're all super, super powerful. But we'll leave that for now. So that's the Dark Tower. We've got the Great Spiral Staircase, this room in the middle. So this kind of operates as a big, giant trap. So you really want to try and avoid this room as best as you can. If you end up in here, then when you roll to move, you don't roll the castle die, and you basically have to keep moving downwards. So if I roll that, I'd have to move around down 2. On my next turn, I'd roll again, 5. So I'd keep moving down until at the very end, if I land on the bottom space, there's nowhere else to go. I'm eliminated from the game. The only way you can reverse your movement out of here is by rolling a 6 on this die. And then you get to move up. And if you've hopefully got enough movement to get out, you can get out that way. So yeah, it's probably the worst room in the castle to be in.
Agreed.
Let's see. Any others? The only other one I can think of to talk about right now is the moat. So you generally enter the moat by landing on a trapdoor. So when you flip one of these traps over, if you get the trapdoor symbol, then you land in the moat. You suffer 2 damage, and then on your next turn, you have to basically roll a d6. And if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3, you suffer 1 damage, and then you roll again. If you roll a 4, then you go to the vault. If you roll a 5, if you roll a 4, you go to the cemetery. If you roll a 5, you go to the vault. And if you roll a 6, then you get to go to any empty secret door space. But you only get 3 attempts. If after the 3rd attempt you failed, then you miss your go and you take it up again next turn. So that's the rooms. Right. I think the other thing to tell you about. Oh, right. That's the other thing I wanted to say. Power of adjacency. So that's something else that you're going to come across in the game. So if you don't need to necessarily have a weapon in order to do something if you land next to a player. So say this guy here now, the stranger, if he rolls a 4, he can move over next to this player, and even if he doesn't have a weapon, even if he does and he just chooses to do it, he could say, I'm claiming the power of adjacency. And what that means is that on this player's next go, they roll as normal, but whoever controls this player gets to choose where that player goes. And by doing that, you can kind of force people into traps. You can force them into rooms they might not want to go into, like the torture chamber, the Great Spiral Staircase, the courtyard, the dungeon, the vault, all the bad rooms in the game. So yeah, that's what power adjacency means. Okay, let me quickly go over the vampire. So if you become the vampire in the game, as I said, on your following turn, you start as the vampire. You basically draw 3 cards from the top of the vampire deck. You put your other character to one side. You're no longer playing as that person, and you can't use any non-vampire cards that you've got. On the vampire's turn, all the rules for the vampire are listed on the sheet. So we can kind of go over it when someone does become the vampire. But just in a nutshell, you can't be attacked. You can't be targeted by spells or abilities or actions or anything like that. No one can claim the power of adjacency over you. You don't trigger traps. You don't trigger these arrow spaces. You can't enter rooms. But what you do is you roll 2d6 for movement, and if you've got enough movement to stop on someone, say if there was someone there and I've rolled a 7, I'd have enough to move past this player. I'd stop on them, and I would say I'm biting you. And if you didn't have any protection against that, then you would be eliminated from the game. That's basically how the vampire works. If the vampire eliminates you from the game, one of the things about the vampire is that at the end of each of his turns, his time tracker moves down 1. So if he bites someone, then he gets an extra 2 turns to be active as the vampire. Now, there's a bit of a balancing act with him, because if he gets to his last turn, he has to re-enter the vault in order to stay alive. If you fail to re-enter the vault on your last turn, then you're eliminated as the vampire. So it can be tricky. You don't want to get kind of caught up here or anything, so just bear that in mind. Now, in terms of these cards, these are his vampiric powers. So just to kind of show you an example, they're all different. It'll explain on the cards what they do. If you don't want to use one of these cards for whatever reason, you can discard it in order to re-roll a single die that he's rolled for movement. So you can kind of manage kind of poor fortune in that way. So that's the vampire in a nutshell. But be aware, there are certain cards in the game that can kill the vampire.
Okay.
So just watch out for that as well.
Yeah.
Now, if a player is eliminated in the game, I think it's time to talk about the death knell cards now. These are the 5 cards that are lined up across the top. So basically, if a player is eliminated in the game, they choose one of these 5 cards to reveal, and each one of these, I'll show you an example from this deck, so I don't have to kind of redo them. So this one here, say someone picked this one. Each one introduces a new rule into the game, which stays in effect for the rest of the game. So if you draw Pandemonium, players can now attack one another inside standard rooms. So that's like a fundamental change in the way that the game is played, and the idea is that each one of these cards is going to make the game more brutal and quicker to draw to a close. So that's how the death knell cards work. The other thing to tell you about is the acts. So there's 3 more things to tell you about. So one of them is the act system. So now we've got this, I suppose, like tracker down on the right hand side. So the game is broken into 4 different acts. So the first one is called the arrival, and the concept is it's still quite light outside. You know, it's not hit nightfall yet, and so as a result, you can see a lot better. So what happens during this phase is you roll a single d6 to move, but you can add up to 3. So a 6 becomes a 6, a 7, 8, or a 9. Also during this time, you can't attack one another, you can't claim power of adjacency over one another, you can't enter the torture chamber, and you can't enter the vault. Okay, so it's kind of like you can feel pretty secure that you can wander around the castle without anyone messing with you during this phase. And you take 4 consecutive turns. So if I took that turn there, you know, I might be over here somewhere, roll again, 2, so that could be a 5. I might move over to here. Another turn. Once I've taken my 4 turns, then it passes to the next player, and they take their 4 consecutive turns. Once everyone's taken their 4 turns, then the tracker moves down to nightfall, and basically nightfall is the game I've just described to you prior to the arrival. So you can enter all the rooms, you can start attacking one another, but the advantage of this is that when the game starts, everyone will sort of be split up around the castle a fair bit, and hopefully you'll have had a chance to pick up a couple of cards as well from the different rooms. So the game stays in nightfall until the first player is eliminated. When the first player is eliminated, it jumps into the descent. Now, at the end of every player's turn, the descent tracker will move down 1, including the deceased player. When it gets to one of these symbols here, you reveal a death knell card at the end of that player's turn. And if you get to the very bottom and you've revealed another death knell card, on the following turn, you enter the fall. So the fall, basically the castle starts crumbling around you. You can't gain health anymore. Also, entering the vault will eliminate you, and every player suffers 1 damage at the end of their turn. So it kind of becomes like a bit of a sudden death kind of scenario. The game quite often will end before we even get to the fall, but that's basically how it plays out. The other thing to tell you, so if I just grab a character sheet from over here, when a player is eliminated, we've got this new thing now where we have introduced a haunt mode. So when the player is eliminated, you could come back as a ghost or a spirit and haunt the castle. So when it's your turn, you get to choose from any one of these abilities that you can use to kind of have a subtle impact on the rest of the game. So that's the haunt. And the last thing I think to tell you about really is the characters themselves. So all the characters are different, but the thing that differentiates each one is what the top 2 abilities they have, or top 2 talents, as we call them in the game. They're unique to each character, but the bottom 2 are shared by every character. Okay, so the first one is a passive one, so you can use it sort of as and when it makes sense to. In terms of the other abilities, you start off with 3 talent tokens. That's these star tokens here. And if you want to use one of those, you literally just say, when it's appropriate. Each ability will have a different time and place for it to be used. Just say that you're using it. You flip it over the token, and it goes blank. So you can't use that ability again until you've gained another talent token. And you can't stockpile talent tokens. As I said, every player starts with a soul. So if Adam were to eliminate me, then as normally happens, he would get my soul and any cards that I'm holding. And he can use that soul token either to visit the Dark Tower, if he can make it up there, or he can trade it in at any time to gain a talent token. So you can do one of two things with it. The last thing I think I need to tell you about is just really simple. At the beginning of the game, every player draws 3 heirloom cards. It's just a small hand of cards that will give you something to think about straight away. Really, that's the purpose of it.
Okay.
That was a real whistle-stop tour. So I was trying to do it as quickly as possible. So apologies for that.
Really good.
Does anyone have any questions about it?
No. Just want to play. Just want to play. Been playing it.
All right. So in that case, the first thing to do is choose your character. I don't know. Just go with whichever one you think.
What normally happens is I pick first, and then Adam will pick, then you can pick, and then we'll have what's left.
Yeah, that's usually, that's
Already
usually the
picked
case.
my guy.
Sorry?
Already picked my guy.
Who have you gone with?
Gentleman every time because he's cool. He just looks cool. Like it's not like his abilities are something I ever use. I just like the look of the gentleman. So
I'm going to go for the collector. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
So you can just drag your talent tokens over. The collector is really powerful, particularly later in the game. He can actually eliminate someone who doesn't have any fate tokens by using his special ability. And he's like a bit of a powerhouse. So who else needs to pick?
It's me.
Apparently Adam wants to hang out where I am.
I'm just doing it here because this is. I'll move over here. There we go.
It's just a little bit of space, but don't need a lot. Just You get a talent token straight off the bat, yeah?
You get 3 talent tokens, a soul token, and a health tracker token, which should go on 10. Feel free to go the stranger as well, by the way. I'll literally go I'll go someone else.
I'm thinking the Wanderer.
Okay, cool.
Let's say the Wanderer.
Well, I will go the stranger then, because I do like the stranger. And
I just need my tokens.
Oh my god, it's doing my OCD in. Right, okay. And then...
Okay.
Where's the life?
I get that one for you.
Oh.
Okay. Are we all set up? No.
Pretty much, I'm just grabbing a couple of these.
Okay, cool. Right. So what I'll do is I'll deal people. I'll just shuffle all the cards first. Okay, so I'll deal each person 3 cards from the heirloom deck. Oh, what did you say I could do, Adam?
You can press 3 to draw them into your hand.
Hover and you press a number, it should deal, but I don't know if it just deals one person.
It just deals them to your hand.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm happy to kind of take care of the admin on the game if that's easier for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's whatever you want to do.
That's fine, Chris.
Don't mind.
So what did you want to do? You do it, Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
You be the caretaker.
Okay. So if you grab your standee and put them in the gate, and then the last thing to do, if we just roll 2d6 and whoever gets highest goes first, and then we'll just take it clockwise or top to bottom. from the person who had the highest score.
Okay.
So I got a 9.
Okay. So I will roll. I also got a 9.
That was me. That was me. I got a 9.
That was me.
That was me. I'm just up button.
Got 7.
Roll again, Will. I got a 9.
Okay, I got a 7.
Okay, so it's between the two people who got 9s, whoever they were. I was one of them. I knew that.
I'll go. I'll roll.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got a 6.
6. Oh my god.
10.
How many dice are you rolling?
Okay, so Jamie, right? So you go first, and it goes to Adam, the cardinal.
Yep.
and then back to me.
So
So
it's one white, one red, yeah?
not during this phase. So we are in the arrival phase. So this is where we take our 4 consecutive turns.
Yeah.
Can I just check that everyone's got the heirloom
Yes.
cards? Everyone should have 3 cards in their hand.
Yes, I do.
Got 3 cards.
Brilliant. Okay. So yeah, Jamie. So you just roll a single red die, and just to remind you, you can't enter the vault, you can't enter the torch chamber, and you can't mess around with anyone.
Well, I rolled a 1.
So that 1, you can use that as a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4.
1, 2, 4. I'm gonna be a 4.
So if you, just to say, like, I don't want to be overbearing or anything with this, but just while you're getting used to it, if you use that as a 1, you could jump to any empty secret door in the castle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I use that as a 1. What? And then you automatically jump, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. So if you land on a secret door space, you can move to an empty one. Cool.
Nice.
Right, so that's your first turn. So go again.
3 more left.
So 3, 4, 5, or a 6.
Is there's no one-way system, is there? You just
No.
So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, right. I will deal you a card from the courtyard. There you go.
Oh, nice! It's an action. How do you view zoom on it, Adam?
Just press Alt.
Cool. Play after rolling.
You don't have to read it out if it's an action. I mean, you can if you want to, but
Then we'll all know.
Okay, I'll pop it back in my hand. How do you pop it back in your hand?
Drag it in close to you. So.
Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah. Right. So 3 more. So I can move out of here.
Yep. So you got 2 more goes.
Or I can do an action.
You can do it. You can do as many actions as you want on your turn. So there's no limit on that.
Okay. I'll roll again. I'll go somewhere else. 3. I can come out here. Any door, right?
Any door.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And last one is a 5. It won't get me in that door, will it? So if I come in here, so that's 1.
Definitely don't want to go in there. That's the that's the room that will kill you. If you can help it, try not to go into the Great Spiral Staircase. It's yeah.
And it's so exciting.
But you can go into the trophy room.
Yeah.
Because you can add up to 3 from your roll.
Okay.
In this very first phase, Jamie, you can add 3 to your roll, so up to 3. You definitely
I'll
get
go in the trophy room, yeah.
Okie dokes.
Some
Trophy
cool
room.
stuff.
Yeah, this room's really good. There's lots of interesting things in here. Okay, you should have a card in your hand.
Yeah.
Is it an event?
No, it's a weapon.
Brilliant. Okay, so that is your go. So we are now on to Adam.
Got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm in there. Have a card, please.
Yep. Second. Oh, sorry. The Great Hall.
Oh, sorry. Read out where we're going.
Say again?
Should read out where I've gone to.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's all right. Okay, deal.
Okay, and this is an event. Fortune teller. You've typically eschewed clairvoyants as charlatans and mongers of cheap tricks, but then your horizons have been somewhat broadened of late. You're the top card from 3 different room decks. Okay, so there's my event there. Down there. So can I have a look at the master bedroom, the trophy room, and the kitchen, please?
Okay. Master bedroom. The kitchen's coming out. The trophy room. There you go.
Okay. Right, okay, I'm going to give you those back then.
Okay.
No, where I'm not going now. Okay, cool. My first go, so my second go, roll the dice. 3, so this is a door here, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably should have come out this bottom door, but never mind.
And this is your last go, right?
No, because I moved in there for my first one.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, you're right.
2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is my last one now. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. That's me.
Okay, you don't want to add your movement to that?
Oh, yeah, actually, I can, can't I? Let's move into here then. Why not?
Okay.
Why not now when I draw some kind of horrible creature?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, all the events for me. A black mass. A mass even. What's this? An unholy congregation and you weren't invited? Lose 2 health and move to the dungeon.
Nice.
Eliminated a player.
Oh dear.
Right.
In the first round, aren't I? So do I go to the dungeon?
Yep, you get to the dungeon and you get a card.
Wow.
Oh, this isn't going to be good.
There's a couple of good cards in there now. I've made it a little better.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, no. Well, Adam, as today is your lucky day and I'm feeling kind, I would draw your attention to the gentleman's resourceful ability.
Which means I can basically get rid of that card,
You
right?
can get rid of it to draw another.
That, please, sir.
Yeah, death is rough.
Uh,
So, do you want another one?
Yes, another dungeon card. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
What are fate tokens?
Oh, that's a typo. Sorry. That should be. I changed the wording of them to talent tokens.
Oh, okay.
Where does it say fate token?
It says on the collector under judgment.
Right, I'll make a note of that.
Oh, done. That's my turn. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be cursed. I have to get rid of. I have to flip my resourceful.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. So that's your go. So over to Will, I believe.
Yes, that's me. So let's roll some dice. Or a single dice.
Add up to 3 to this, Will.
3. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come into here.
We can.
Yeah, so let's draw from the Great Hall.
Great Hall.
Yeah.
Blue.
There's not a great haul in there for you.
Action, so I don't need to do that. Okay, interesting. That's quite useful for later anyway. So next, roll another dice. 6, nice. So let's come out over. Let's come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then come into the kitchen.
The kitchen.
Oh, I know what you got.
Yeah. All
There
of
you
it. So this is the Black Cauldron. The contents of this glorified pot hold no fear for you, yet perhaps they should. Roll a dice. So 1 to 3, lose 2 health, and the player to your right gains power of adjacency over you next turn. Or 4 to 6, take a turn after this one and gain a fate token.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1. So I lose 2 health.
Just before you do that,
Yeah.
so again,
I can re-roll the dice on fate, can't
I maybe should have said about the abilities, just to draw your attention to them a little more.
yeah.
But
I can roll it. I can re-roll it because of my.
you can
fate.
re-roll if you use fate.
Yeah,
you can re-roll any die that you've rolled, and you can add or remove 1 from the total.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that result is not the kind of worst thing in the world.
Well,
but
I'm going to use it for now because it's possible that I could get a 3, then get the 4, then get my fate token back.
Okay.
No. So that made no difference even if I add 1. Do I have anything else? But it doesn't really matter. So I lose 2 health, and Adam, I think you get power of adjacency. So
please get it next time.
Over this turn, so you get to. I don't know. You get to roll and choose how much I go or something?
No, you roll. You roll.
And then you choose where I go. So I got 3. So you get to choose where I go. So you're sending me there. So there, yeah?
Good. And one more turn left.
So then I've got 1 turn, yeah. So 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to go into here. 3. So into the courtyard. Get 1 more item or an event or something.
Oh, my! Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Let me just my
I did want to move Will there. I just
No, I saw.
I could no longer
I
hear
drew.
any.
I've drawn a courtyard card. I've just drawn it.
Okay, cool. So
So let me have a look. That's a. Okay, cool. That's a defense. So that's fine. So I've got that, and that's my event that I've played. So.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's me. That's my go. All done.
Sweet. Okie dokes. Just me left then.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna watch Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
There we go.
I'll go up to here, and I'll go up to here.
Ooh, okay.
So that's my first turn. 3. I'll go into the trophy room.
Ah. Well, I know what Chris has got now.
So that was my second turn. So my third turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I will go to there. And my last turn. 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Okay, I guess I'll go into the courtyard.
And the courtyard's the only place you can actually fight other people in, right? Because everywhere else you have to fight in the corridors.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Okay, brilliant. Oh, something else I've got to say, guys. You have a hand limit of 6.
Okay.
So if at the end of your turn you've got 6 cards in your hand, you have to more than 6 cards in your hand. You have to discard one of them.
Okay.
Or as many as it takes to get down to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the arrival. So we will now move into nightfall. So
It's worth noting at this point that Will lost the arrival because he lost some health. So
Yeah.
So it might be worth just at this kind of pause as day turns to night, just to have a quick read of your abilities, just so you know exactly what they say, in case you come across a situation where you might find them useful.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'll give a really quick overview as well. So the gentleman, he's got survivor, can add or remove 1 from any non-movement roll that he makes. So he's quite lucky, is basically what that means. Resourceful, discard the card you've drawn to draw another, but he's already used that. The collector, so when you attack or gain power of adjacency, in addition to other effects, the target must give you a fate token, but it should be a talent token, if available. And the other cool thing with the collector, he's got judgment. So he's got a way of replenishing his talent tokens. With judgment, you can attack a player without fate tokens. Again, it should be talent tokens for 10 damage, and that damage can't be prevented by protection cards. So he's just a monster. If you get to sort of the end game when you've used all your talent tokens, he doesn't even need a weapon to kill you. My guy, the stranger, I've got Bloodthirsty, which is my passive one. After eliminating another player, you may take another turn after this one. And then Gate. So after running to move, ignore the movement dice and instead move to an empty secret door space.
Okay.
And up the top here, so we've got the Wanderer. So the Wanderer, when controlling a player through power of adjacency, you may roll a d6 and add this to the movement total. And he's also got access to Terror. So when controlling a player's movement through power of adjacency, that player triggers the first trap they pass. So he's more kind of subtle, more about kind of power of adjacency and stuff like that, rather than weapons and things. And the bottom two that everyone shares, Fate means you can re-roll a die, and you may add or remove 1 from this roll, but you can also re-roll the castle die if you want to, but obviously you can't add or remove a number from that. And the bottom one is Run for It, so you can roll a d6 and add this to your movement total for the turn. You couldn't use it to go back on yourself, though, still.
Yeah.
So you work out what your movement total is, then you move. Okay. So shall we start as Jamie?
Yeah. I've got my plan ready, Will.
White dice and a red dice, Jamie.
Oh god.
Okay, so the candlelight symbol, just to remind you, is you can add or remove 1. So that becomes a 5, a 6, or a 7.
Okay.
And you can always use your Run for It ability if you want to add extra movement, if you wanted to go into the courtyard, for example.
Okay. Hang on 2 seconds. Where's the master bedroom?
Top left-hand corner.
The top left-hand corner. Okay. So in order to get there, I have to go all the way around, don't I?
Unless you use a secret door.
Yeah. What's the secret door? That's the secret door.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right, hang on 2 seconds. Right, that's right, I'm working this out. You have to exactly land on it.
That's right. Yeah.
So, am I short?
You are.
You
Short.
are.
What if I doubled my movement to 14? Do I land on one then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, but it could get you into the kitchen, and you'd be, you'd be in a pretty safe spot. Like, you want to try and end your turns in a room if you can.
Do you not get a 4? Go at 10. Do you only get the 1 this time?
Yeah.
Say again, I'm sorry.
It's only 1 turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to go to the master bedroom. That's where I want to go. Okay, I'll go to the kitchen. Okay.
Okay. That is right, isn't it? 1, 2. Yeah, it just gets you in.
Is that with 14? Yeah.
Yeah, with 14.
Yeah.
So you've got to use a card for that, right?
Yeah, there it is. There's that bad boy.
Nice. Moonstone. Doubles your movement. Okay,
Nice.
so let me deal you a kitchen card. There you go.
Right, my go then. That was an event, Jamie?
No, it wasn't there. I'll let you know if it's an event.
Cool.
Okay.
Over to you, Adam.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry. I didn't realize I had to show this. I've got this disturbing figurine. Do I have to show that off to everybody, Chris?
You do. You picked it up at the beginning, did you?
Did indeed.
That basically cancels your luck ability.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice, see what I get.
Okay.
2 and a trap. Well, that sucks. So I'm going to go 1, 2.
Oh, I should have gone the other way.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So over to Will.
Right. So I'm. It's still in the courtyard. So
So a
3.
2, 3, or a 4.
2, 3, or 4. So I could.
Come to the kitchen, Will.
1,
Come with me.
2. Then I can warp somewhere.
I've not actually moved.
I'm gonna go up here.
The master bedroom. Nice. Okay. Also, just to say, in case anyone was not clear, you have to move first on your turn, and after you've moved, you can attack or gain power of adjacency or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like if we were in that situation where I was in that room with you, I wouldn't be able to attack. I had to
Yeah.
move somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So over to me. 2 and a trap. Okay, I'll go onto the secret door and up to the trophy room. Okay, we're back to Jamie.
Right, we need good rolls now.
So have you been moving down the time tracker?
Oh, it doesn't go
No, we
down
don't have to
until-
move the time tracker down until the first player is killed.
Perfect.
4 and a castle, so
I'll deal you with castle cards.
2, 3.
Most of these are event cards. So
Can you do the same one?
I assume so. I assume I can.
no, you can't land on the same spot. I'm sorry about that, guys. I should have explained that.
Will! Every time! You ruin it for everybody. Try and play a nice game here and you've ruined it for everyone.
Oh dear.
Okay. Let me do my event. Darkness provides a perfect opportunity to enact your devious plans. Players cannot use protection cards. Place this card face up on the top of the castle deck. It remains active until another castle card is drawn.
No
Awesome.
protection.
Okay, so brilliant. So this is a little effect that's in the game in play now until the next castle card is drawn.
Use protection items.
Yep.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. So are we on to Adam?
It goes around quick when there's not 5 of us. That's a 3. Wow, this is going great. 2, 3.
Just having a leisurely walk around a mansion.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
Playing the property that I'm going to inherit.
Is that me then?
Over to Will.
Oh, I'm going to go into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can just go in, right?
The master bedroom, yeah, of course. Deal 2 blue.
Rude, Will.
An event. So I've got this. I've got the black cat. Reveal and retain this card. Change all candlelight symbols you roll to the castle die of to darkness. Discards in the kitchen to choose a card and to draw from the trophy room. So basically, if I take this to the kitchen, I'm basically going to kill the cat and get a trophy from it.
Yeah, essentially.
Nice. So I've just rolled darkness now wherever I go.
Yeah, you get a trophy. You get to choose a card to draw from the trophy room.
Yeah, if I once I take it to the kitchen. Yeah, so that's my go, I think, because I don't think I can do anything else now.
Sweet. Okay, so over to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the castle event. So this one's no longer in play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, it's Dread Shadow.
Oh, nice.
So this one, you catch a shadow at the corner of your eye. As you do, every fibre of your being screams in unison, run. You must enter a room this turn if you're able. Okay. So I will be able to. So I'm going to enter the trophy room. Okay, cool. And just to remind you, you can use protection cards again. Mm-hmm. It's safe.
Awesome.
Thanks to Will.
So now we are back to Jamie.
Yeah. We would be, but I'm just waiting for Tabletop Simulator to respond. There you go.
I'm gonna hide around the corner so when Jamie opens the door.
Okay, so that's the darkness symbol. So if you move past a trap, you've got yourself into a right predicament here. So if you move past a trap, you'll trigger it. But if you move the other way, it's going to put you into the Great Spiral Staircase.
At the worst spot.
What about that door?
You're probably going to want to...
you can go
You're not going through the door at the Great Hall? This one here.
Oh, yeah, of course you can. I'm sorry. I missed that completely.
So I'm going to go into the Great Hall.
To the Great Hall.
Yeah.
Deal. There we go.
Cool. So, is the only exit out of here, this room, the one I came through and the one below?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we on to Adam?
Yeah. Get ready. I'm going at speeds of 3. I am nailing this.
You didn't get to go in a room though.
Okay, over to Will. Okay.
Light and darkness.
And we get a castle card as well.
Yeah.
So deal castle card to blue.
I'm just going to be going outside the room. Oh, and it's another event card. Look at this. So, lightning storm. The surroundings are revealed. You dare say you were possibly happier in the dark. Players may add or remove one from their movement each turn. Place this card face up on the top of the castle table. It remains active until another castle is drawn. So
Brilliant.
it would just
It's
light all the time.
Yeah.
And
I
I got a 1.
by the way, if you've only rolled
2,
yeah, you can move up to 2 now.
but I can only move 1 because of my cat. I think. Oh no, it's just darkness. That's different. Oh, never mind. So,
yeah,
I can move 2. I'm gonna go this way.
You can go at 1 or a 2.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So I'm here. So 1, 2 there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and back to me again. 6. So that's 6 with the candlelight.
Yeah.
That becomes a 4, 2, and 8.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is actually quite tricky. Okay, I'm going to run for it. So that was a 6, and I get to add a 2. So that means I can go up to 10.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll go into the courtyard again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Jamie?
I need to discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roll while waiting. So, hang on.
Yeah.
So, that's a 5 or a 3.
There's a 5, but you will activate a trap.
Or a 3.
No, that's that is a 4, 5, or a 6.
Yeah.
But you have to activate any traps that you pass.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes me on to that. Where, hang on a minute, because I can use this skeleton key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then I can transport myself to the master bedroom.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And then on in the master bedroom, I can play on entering the master bedroom. Instead of drawing a card, search for the Holy Cross, and if available, take it into your hand.
Nice.
I really hope Will's got it now. You'd be so angry.
Okay. The master bedroom. Let me find that for you.
I don't even know what it is, but I just that was my little mission.
Yeah.
I assume it's
It helps against the vampire.
Yeah, protects you from the vampire. There it is. I'm really struggling with my clicking game.
I think there's a way you can search a deck and draw a particular card. I can't remember how.
Oh,
I think there's
I
a way of
won't
doing that.
set that up, unfortunately.
If you,
know
I think
that.
it's if you right click and search. I think you can then search a deck for a card.
Cool. Did you grab that? Did you grab that
Yeah, I
card? Well.
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't grab it. But
No,
thought
I grabbed it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
yeah.
I didn't grab it. But it just
Hey, I've got a 6 and a castle.
nice.
6 on the castle. Okay. So this one goes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you can run, mate.
What? You're just gonna holy cross me out of the way? Well, I
Okay.
can run. I've got plenty of things I can do.
Unless
Ooh.
you've attacked another player, you're at a major disadvantage to me now, Will.
Oh well, unless
You
I
need
can
to
attack
get
another
your work.
player. I could just go back in the room.
So I've discovered a gruesome find. This isn't the first time your powerful sense of smell has led you astray. Draw 2 cards from the heirloom deck.
Coming up.
No.
I don't know. Can I turn around and go back in the master bedroom from where I am, or do I have to keep going in the direction I left?
Was that Jamie?
That's me.
Asking that.
That's me. So I'm outside. I'm just outside. I came out the door and then turned left. Can I go back to the right again? If I wanted to?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I can just go back into the master bedroom if I wanted to. Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah.
The plan's coming together.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, so over to Will.
Nice. Let's see if this works.
Oh no, mate.
Oh, there's a trap, but I get in. I can get in, so I'm gonna use. So I get 2, so I can go 1, 2, come back into here. And
Card from the master bedroom.
Card from the master bedroom. Oh, do you want me to draw it? Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
done.
Oh, you done it. Cool.
So have I
Okay.
gained the power of adjacency at this point?
I got this, which is deadly premonition. After walking through the door, I lose a health just by walking through the door, but I get to view a target's player hand of cards and an unrevealed death kill deck. So I'd like to see your hand, Jamie.
How do
So
I do that?
probably I don't know the easiest way to like logistically do this.
If you hover over his cards, you should be able to. I think it's Shift and Alt to view people's hidden cards, maybe.
Ah, good knowledge.
Oh yeah, I can do Shift and Alt to see him, but Jamie has to flip them over so I can actually see them because I just see the backs of the cards.
You flip them, Jamie. If you press an F on it, it should flip it over. Unless that still doesn't show you.
It's not showing me. It's just showing me the backs of cards.
Okay. In that case, then.
If you try changing color, perhaps that's the best thing. Like, if Will, you become brown. I don't know if the 2 people can be brown, and Jamie, you might need to be grey or something to free up the spot.
If I go spectator a minute and then I can switch back in. I'll just basically switch I'll switch to your hand for a minute. You just switch to.
Or I can just put
spectator.
my cards. If I put my cards down and just trust that no one looks at them, how about that?
Look away.
Wait,
Look away.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll look away. Just gonna go and grab a drink a sec.
Okay. Okay. Ouch.
Ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play. Oh god.
Was it a good idea running into my ring?
I still think it's a good idea. So I'm going to use my my weapon. I'm just going to use my barber's razor. Stab you for 2.
Ow! You can't. You can only attack when you're in corridors or in the courtyard.
Oh, can you only combat in there? So we can't attack at all.
Only in the courtyard or
I thought it was like after the first. Oh, okay.
No.
That's fine. Okay, so we can only attack in that. So I can't attack.
Unless your card says specifically you can do that, the only places you can attack is in the courtyard or when you are adjacent, when you're in a corridor with somebody.
Okay, so I can't attack Jamie whilst I'm there. I have to wait till I'm outside in the corridor. Okay, that's fine. So nothing happens. Jamie got to see a card of mine. That's fine. That card can go wherever it belongs.
Fab.
That's the master bedroom.
So
I'll
is
move
it?
it to the base. So it'll move it to the bottom of that. So yeah, I've done that. I'm now in the master bedroom. It's now your go.
Brilliant. Thank you. 6.
So technically, Will, because I get to leave first. You get advantage.
Yeah.
Did you get? Did you draw a castle card? Did someone get a castle card, or did we cover that?
Will didn't get one when he went back in.
I didn't get one. I just went back in. I just had nothing.
You did, didn't you, Adam?
For a castle card, I got the castle card.
Yeah. and that got rid of the other one.
Right, I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'll draw a card from in here. Okay, and I've got to discard a card. It's over to Jamie again.
Oh, Will.
Mm-hmm.
This is your opportunity to get advantage, right?
Yeah.
So it's 6 and whatever that is.
Cool. So you can add 1 or take 1 from your dice roll, Jamie.
If I wanted to leave, right?
You have to leave. You have to move your movement.
So I'm going to go on there for 5, and then I'm gonna finish off over. Here.
Wow, you just flew around the map. That's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I know where he's going. Okay, so I'm going to roll some dice, because why not? Got a 3 and a trap, which kind of screws me for what I was going to do.
Still rolling those
I'm gonna go-
threes.
3.
Still rolling
Yeah.
those threes.
Okay.
My go. Okay, so a castle and a 5. I'll draw a castle, yeah?
Oh, you rolled the castle.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I rolled a castle and a 5, so I drew that.
Oh, you've got it. You've
Yeah,
got it there
yeah.
anyway. That's cool.
Yeah. So shuffle the torture chamber deck and place a soul token in that room. Play a death knell card if all death knell cards are revealed, suffer 2 damage. Shuffle this card back into the deck.
Okay. So you get to choose a death knell card to reveal from the top.
Okay.
So this is Requiem.
Yeah. So I'm going to reveal that one.
Okay.
Gets to look good.
The Nightmare.
Whenever a player rolls a darkness symbol on the castle die, that player... Oh, great. That's great for me when I constantly roll darkness because of my cat. No. Oh, no.
Well, we're not even doing anything to you. Anymore.
I screwed myself over with the cat. And now I've got to go
Amazing.
and now I've got to go to the kitchen where James goes wolfing to death. Oh god, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Oh, well, you're on your way to the kitchen, are you?
Oh yeah, I have to get rid of the cat so I don't die.
Also, you'll notice that there's a soul token now in the torture chamber. So it's like if you want to take a gamble, it's slightly more rewarding now to do that.
Right, but I got a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to warp all my way down to here.
Okay.
It's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Don't want to roll any more darkness.
It's me. It's me again, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okie dokes. 2. 1, 2. Okay. I am going to use 1, 2. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to use my fate token, my fate ability. Five and a trap. Oh, how depressing.
Sorry, Chris, no power of adjacency for you today.
Unless, of course. Yeah, why not? I'm going to use gate instead. So I'm going to use gate to ignore my movement and jump to an empty secret door space next to Adam.
This guy.
And I am going to attack you with the aptly named Bastard Sword.
Oh,
So that deals 4 damage to you.
okay.
And it's a relic, so it stays in my hand.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my rosary beads here.
Yep.
So there's only 3 damage coming through now, yeah?
Yes, only 3 damage coming through now.
And then can I play another one?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Silver hit flask, so I only take 1 point of damage, but I do have to trigger any traps I pass my next turn.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Nice, nicely played. Okay.
Almost
I
like
had
I'm
a vision of that doing much better. And you get to hold on to this rosary bead. It stays with you.
perfect.
So it takes the... but you have to discard it when you
Else.
attack
Okay.
the player.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so we're over to Jamie, I believe.
We are. We are. Got plenty of options to choose from, Bob. So I have a plan. So it could be a 2, 3, or a 4.
Exactly.
3, 4. I can move 4 and get into the kitchen, right?
1, 2, 3. No, you'd just be outside.
Oh, even better.
Oh no. Well, I'm hoping all the cards I get is gonna
Okay.
be worth it.
Adam. The Revenge of Adam.
Oh yeah.
See.
Oh, he's done it as well. Disgraceful.
So I can go 2 if I want to, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Or 3.
I go there? Claim power of adjacency?
Yep.
Oh, I am
be-
claiming power of adjacency.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Right. Over to
Me.
Will, I think.
Yeah.
Will, you came into the
darkness.
kitchen.
Well, I got darkness first because of my cat. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose 2 health because of the night. Because I had a nightmare. I think it's worth me triggering this. Some genuine snake oil, so that I can roll a dice and gain health equal to the number I roll minus 3.
I'm wishing you get a 6, Will. I'm hoping you get a
So you
6.
can just annihilate me in 1. I got 2, so I got nothing. I have no health.
You've got 2.
That was an heirloom, so check
Cheers, Will.
but I'm gonna just walk into the kitchen, limber my way in. I know I got it, but it gets rid of my cat.
And you get to choose a card from the trophy room.
Yes, so I get
As
to
a
choose a
reward.
card. So it can be any card.
Yep.
Ooh.
So that might take you a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look at the. I'll have a search of the deck and find the card I want.
Yeah.
I hope you get the right card, Will.
So
Wait a minute. I could get that. That could be quite good.
I can't believe you got that.
could...
Ridiculous.
Oh, there's that, or there's that. Both are just as good. Okay, I'm gonna get this card and bring it into my hand. Here we go. I found the card I wanted.
What is it, Will?
It is return to the card to the space directly outside the room.
Oh my god. Okay.
So I'm going to be out here. So I'm not in the kitchen anymore.
Oh, it's even better.
Oh, is it? Okay. Great.
There's some serious mind games going on here.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the kitchen.
Will loves the kitchen, but he's run away to the torture chamber. Go to the torture chamber, Will, because you can get that.
I can't because I've already done my move in there and then come back. I
No,
might,
but
go, I
after
might, I
this-
might, I might go into the torture chamber.
Although that does put me in a trap. Which is annoying.
Next round, Jamie, I'll go into the torture chamber just for you. See what happens.
Oh, thanks, Will.
Right. Okay. Okay. I drew. So this castle card. This is the Inquisitor. If a player has been eliminated this game, move to the torture chamber. If not, draw another card. So no one has been eliminated. So I don't have to go to the torture chamber, but we draw another card.
I'm getting pretty close though. Oh yeah, I've lost my cat
Yeah.
now, which is good. I'm gonna get rid of
Ooh, moment of weakness.
Does the
You will teach your adversary the folly of dawdling in this place. If you gain power of adjacency this turn, instead of controlling a player's movement next turn, you may immediately throw them into the moat.
Okay. You've only got one movement, haven't you?
Yes, I do, yeah.
You get to choose where you go, don't I?
You do.
So I have one option.
Yeah. God. That's very lucky. Okay. Although I hate to say this, but I feel like it's only fair because, you know, I've played it more than anyone else. I am sitting with 0 talent tokens.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware of how many talent tokens you have. You have 0 talents.
I have 0 talent tokens, yeah.
But you're not in my crosshairs. You're not.
Amy, it's your turn. Then.
It's my turn. Oh, wait, that's exciting. Will, you ready?
Yeah.
Castle.
Oh,
Castle.
Castle first.
Castle should have it.
Yeah. Players entering the cemetery suffer 6 damage. Place this card face up on top of the castle deck. Remains active until another castle card is drawn.
So I'll go to the cemetery.
Don't go to the cemetery, Will.
No, I won't because I'll perish.
Say for 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're not going to be the vampire, Jamie.
Oh, he's done it as well.
So now I'm adjacent to the Will, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
My passive thing is when you attack or gain power of adjacency, in addition to other effects, the target must give you a fate token.
Well,
so Will has to give you a fate token, doesn't
not
he?
if I use this to cancel power of adjacency.
Ooh, nice. Garlic.
What?
Garlic, it cancels the power of adjacency.
Hang on. You read this?
It's either I repel the vampire or
Oh, okay.
cancel power of adjacency.
Well, that's fair enough. I'm still going to attack you.
What are you going to hit me with?
I'm going to hit you with this. So I don't know what it does, but we'll do this.
Yeah, you may have jumped the gun a little bit there, Will.
Yeah. May attack twice with this weapon.
Oh, so it's going to do 4 damage.
Do I have anything that I can deal with that?
Sorry,
I've got to take it really, because if I could got it for something else, but I'm gonna have to take it.
Yeah.
Like because it would like block 1, but then I'd still it's just worthless for that. But he loses the weapon, so that's the.
That's true.
Weapon's gone.
Weapon's gone.
I know he's got more. Dangerous.
Is that the end of you go, Jamie?
Unfortunately, yeah.
6 and a candle. Nice. I like being around you guys.
It's not looking good for me.
Hey, that's my go.
Okay. So over to Will then, I think.
Okay. 2. 1, 2. I'm going to claim power of adjacency.
Dear me.
Can I also attack whilst I'm there?
No,
Or
you
can't
can only
I-
do
can't-
one or the other.
So I can't do
Power of
attack. I
adjacency
can't.
or-
So if I can actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to actually attack. I'm going to just hit you with this for 2 damage.
Okay.
You with a barber's razor.
Okay, I'm then going to trigger my action of insult to injury, which lets me get a power of adjacency when I deal damage to you.
Nice.
Oh, he's comboed you, Jamie.
So
What does power adjacency do?
power adjacent means I get to do your move for you, I believe. And
So when you roll your
as my other thing, I get to add an additional d6 to move you. To move you as well.
So when you roll your dice next time, Jamie, he'll roll a dice, and then he gets to choose where you're going to move to.
So
that cemetery is looking pretty tempting, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone can get a card for them.
Yeah. So I get to move you next round.
Over to me?
Yeah.
Oh, castle's gone. You're safe, Jamie.
Never.
Thanks, Adam.
Ooh.
Okay, we're back onto Darkness Falls.
Mm-hmm.
So players cannot use protection cards while we've got Darkness Falls in play.
Okay.
And it stays on top of the castle deck until it's used.
Oh, I have an evil plan if I could get Jamie there. Oh my god. Oh,
Well,
God. Yeah.
Last time you started doing evil plans and how horribly they backfired on
No,
you.
this one won't backfire. I hope so.
So getting 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to go into the Great Hall. Here we go. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, I'm going to discard this, and I need to reveal the card I just picked up. It's Plague Mask.
Mm-hmm.
So Plague Mask, it can protect me for 2, so not great, but you cannot be the target of power of adjacency while in possession of this card.
Nice.
And during your turn, I can discard the card to gain power of adjacency over another player in the same room.
Wow.
Ooh,
That is a good one.
That is very good.
it's going.
Right.
Oh, nice. So 6. And then I'm going to add another d6 to that. So 11. Lovely.
Faces. Where's he taking you to?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I think I can move it. Can I move him down the stairs? Or does it just go straight into that?
Ooh, where did you take him?
I took him into the
To the spiral
staircase.
staircase.
Yeah, he keeps moving.
So wait a minute. So I moved him to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, that's brutal. That
was my plan. That's why I said it was evil.
This is evil.
You're in a very sticky spot there, Jamie. Now.
I don't understand what's happened.
So
What have you done to upset Will?
So
Jamie?
you tried
Just
to
come out, right? I just rolled to get out.
You have to roll a 6 to go back up.
Once you start going down, right,
Otherwise
Chris?
you go down,
Exactly.
and you're at
this
the
is
lowest
this is
point.
dreadful spot. I mean, you could be out next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you won't be out next turn.
No.
You've got at least 2 turns, but you can use your fate token if you still have it while you're in there
I think he's got all of them.
to boost your chances.
My go then.
Yep.
Potential 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll be the vampire.
Smart. Very smart. So you take 3 damage.
Oh,
Or 2, actually, with your rosary beads.
damage it is.
And so at the beginning of your next turn, you become the vampire. So I'll deal you 3 cards, but just remember, you can only use the vampire cards as the vampire. Okay. Over to Will.
Yeah. Only a 1. That's fine, but I'll go here. And then I'm just going to walk myself back out of here. Go all the way. Back up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that you?
That's me, yeah. And the other one.
Okey-dokes. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. We'll go up there. And I'm going to jump down to here. Okay. It's over to Jamie. Okay then, Jamie. So you only roll the you don't roll the white one on this one, but it doesn't matter. So that's a 5, which is the worst possible roll you could get, because, as I explained in the beginning, you basically have to keep moving down each turn, unless you get a.
I can do a fate, right? I can run fate.
Yes, you can roll fate.
Then just roll again, right?
Yeah, roll again. You can add 1 to it.
Oh, I was really hoping for you there, Jamie, that you get a 5 and you could get a 6, but
you can turn it into a 3, which gives you a little bit more chance.
oh, some slippy stairs there.
2 away.
Am I rolling 2 dice, Chris? The vampire.
You are rolling 2. Yes.
Okay, right. Here we go. 4. Speeds of 4.
And
So,
bear in mind, you can re-roll them if you want to.
yeah, how can I? Has he got an ability? Have I not seen that?
No, by discarding the the vampire power cards I gave you, you can either use them as their vampire power cards, or you can discard 1 to re-roll a die.
You discard that one. Reroll a single dice.
Yes.
Let me get another 1. 2. Ooh, my odds have gone slightly better. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And then I have to move down my time limit 1.
That's it. Okay. And we're over to Will again, I think.
Yeah. So 1 and a castle card. That's not good.
1 and a castle card.
Yeah.
Okay. Deal 2.
Well, if Jamie, you do end up falling down the spiral staircase, at least you'll get to see what you do as a ghost. You can try and get your revenge on
You
Will.
must enter a room this turn if you are able to. I can't enter a room because I've got 1's movement.
Okay.
I can run towards the closest room though, so go that way.
Okay.
So that is my go.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't roll that properly. That's another castle card and a 4. Okay, we've got lightning storm.
Nice.
So each player, this doesn't affect the vampire, by the way. Doesn't need to light to see. So the lightning storm, we can add or remove 1 from our movement, which is good news for you, Jamie.
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Because you could get a 6.
So
You get a
if
plus
you
1.
get a 5 now, you can make that a 6. Oh, what am I doing? What did I roll? A 4.
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Yeah, you got a 4.
1, 2. There we go. Okay. We're back to Jamie. I've seriously got my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah.
A 6. Beautiful. So that can actually become a 7. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could move to here or there, I think.
Dang.
No, I'm going here. I've got my eyes set on 1 person.
Well, not many people escape that situation. That was like ridiculous. Nicely done.
That was tense in a minute.
Yeah.
I was getting quite. I was very cross.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So you've made it out. Right. So we're over to Adam, the vampire.
So I'm going to use my henchman ability here. So I'm going to place this on the torture chamber on the top of there. Basically, anyone going to the torture chamber is going to take 3 damage unless they get rid of a card. A weapon card.
You animal.
And then another dice somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my wolf form.
Oh, no.
An additional dice when I'm rolling. So get ready for 3s. Perfect.
You could have used wolf form after you'd rolled the first 2. I don't mind if you want to rewind that.
Fine. I'll take them as they land. Right. That's the end of the vampire's turn, and I move down my tracker 1.
Over to Will.
Alright, let's move these two together. 3 and 1, 2, 3. We're just going to go into here and hope there's something useful.
Deal. Have you done it, Will?
No, I haven't done it. No.
I'll do it now for you.
Thank you. Shuffle the heirloom deck and draw 2 cards as an event. Abandoned possessions.
Deal. 2. There you go.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's my go.
Okay, so back to me then. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I am going to go into the torture chamber, and I am going to kill the henchman by discarding my stone club. And I'm going to draw a card, and I gain the soul token that's in the torture chamber.
Fine.
So I have a soul token now.
Nice.
And I get to draw a card from the torture chamber. Let's see what it is.
Yes. Maiden, come on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I am gonna. Yeah, I can't draw that. That's crazy.
Is it the shit?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to discard this. I'm going to use the leather apron, which I found. I can basically discard a card I've drawn from the torture chamber. So I drew ball and chain, which is a pain because you retain it, and each turn you reduce your movement total by 2. And if I enter the moat, I'm eliminated. It's not good. Okay, that little gamble didn't pay off for me. At least I got a soul token there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to Jamie.
Put a castle card.
Castle card, okay. Deal. Red.
Did you deal it? Can't see it. Oh.
What you get, mate?
You dealt to red. That's me.
Oh, was it not you who rolled it?
It's me.
Oh, sorry, mate. I messed up.
Here you go.
I've got it. Draw 2 cards from the heirloom deck.
Gruesome find.
Okay. And that's Will, right?
No, it's brown. Brown.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay.
Okay, and then I've got 2, right?
You got 2.
Yeah.
Go back in the spiral staircase.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I get the dice rolls I need. Ugh. Okay then.
Okay. So you've headed back that way, Adam. Is that your turn?
That's where we go.
Sorry, that was that you all broke up for a second there.
Yeah, sorry, that's the end of my go.
Okay, cool. Over to Will.
Perfect. 3. That's not particularly what I want. Can I do anything about that? Not really. Well, it's just it's either go that way into a trap or head straight on towards. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should definitely be moving towards Jamie at this point.
I do know that. Yeah, it's either I was going that way or I was going into a trap. I think I'd take the way that I've got a chance of living.
Good shout.
Okay. One. So that's a 1 or a 2 for me.
I should have done that. It should have been
2.
I could do it next time.
There we go. That's me.
If I live.
So we're back to Jamie.
Okay. So I want to roll my dice, and depending, I might use run for it, but it just depends on what this happens to be.
So 1.
1. No. I'm just going to pop in here. I'm just going to terrorise Will a little bit longer. So I get a card for the Great Hall.
Of course, yeah. There we go.
I've got an action.
Brilliant. So hold on to that.
I need to get rid of 1, don't I?
Have you got 7 cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, just flip one over and put it on the table, and I will put it away for you.
That one.
Okay. Okay. So, Adam?
7. I'm just going to pop back in here.
Did you have the card that let you do that?
Oh, do I? It's on my last turn. I'm only allowed to go in there.
Yeah. You can only do that on your last turn.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I didn't realise that then.
Yeah.
I can go in there.
I didn't explain it well enough.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Will?
Yep. So Not really the greatest. I can go back, can't I? I can just go back into the room.
Back into the master bedroom?
I think it's just literally I'm just going to live in the master bedroom at this point. I'm just grounded in this room until I can find a way out.
There you go.
Suitable. Aha! Perfect! I found a hidden passageway. You can move to any standard room or any secret door space. Now,
Nice.
Standard room's anything with just a standard door on it, isn't it? Or just a
standard room is anything that doesn't have. It's a room that doesn't have a cross symbol on it.
Okay, so like the vault is a standard room, so I could just go to the
yes.
Okay. And I'm then going to trigger an action then if I can go to the vault. Which is once entering a vault, I can turn down the vampire time tracker down by 1.
Ooh, nice.
In fact, I
I don't think I get anything for going into the vault just straight from the doorway. I think
you get to draw a vault card.
Okay, do I? Okay, awesome.
I will deal that to you now.
And then that's an heirloom for you. And then that's a master bedroom one. Okay. Cool. And then I think I'm dead now I'm in here. Yeah. So I got the Nosferatu, which is suffer 2 damage.
Oh, no.
And then roll 2d6 to move again. And the player where I controls where I go. So Adam would have controlled where I ran off to, and I could have just ran straight into him, but I died.
That's a tragic end.
No, how many times? Stop. Why do you have to just go after everybody in such an aggressive way? It just like fate backfires on you.
I didn't. I tried to leave. I tried to escape you. I died.
Well, you might not. Don't rule it out yet. There is one of these cards, not necessarily one of these 5, but one of the death knell cards will bring you back into the game.
Okay.
But it does trigger the descent.
Yeah.
So we're into the descent, but you need to choose a death knell token. A death knell card to reveal now, because no one was technically responsible for killing you.
Yeah.
Your stuff goes to the cemetery.
Okay, so it's on my hand as well. Okay.
Yeah, just all face down.
Okay, so there's one, and there's all of them, and then there's I think I put the soul token. Oh, you took it, and then I flip this over.
There we go. Perfect.
Get a top hat. Nice.
So yeah, choose one of these death knell cards to flip over.
Let's get this one.
Helter Skelter. So players who enter the Great Spiral Staircase are eliminated. This includes players currently inside.
Oh, that would have been useful when I...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay. So yeah. If you just want to have a read of your abilities, while we do that. So yeah, we're in the descent now. So at the end of every player's turn, it's going to go down 1, including at the end of Will's as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's over to me, I believe, now.
Roll low.
I can't even see where everyone is.
Well, Will's out. Amy's in the Great Hall, and I'm lurking by the spiral staircase.
Okay. Right. Well, in that case, I am going to go. So 4 to land on the secret door, and I'm going to jump over to here. Okay, that's my turn. Descent tracker goes down 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we are on to Jamie.
Cool. Nice. I'll roll my dice. 2. 1, 2. That shit's for 1, 2. Okay. Well, that's you. You're in the vault. Are you in the vault? No, you're not.
I'm the vampire, and Chris is all the way up there.
Ah, fair enough. I'm going to go here.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
Over to Will. So Will. Oh no. Sorry, Adam. I skipped you. Haven't I?
Next, I got a 9. Do I have to attack Jamie?
You don't have to. No.
I know he's got a cross.
Hang on.
You don't have to.
Yeah, but you're moving past me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to use my Holy Cross on you then. Gain immunity for this turn. Move a passing vampire up to 18 spaces. They may not fight anyone during this movement. So you are passing me.
Oh
So,
no.
Oh no.
But I can move you anywhere, right?
Get me into
18 spaces.
rooms.
But not into a room. No. So you want to move him as far away as you can possibly move him.
Oh, that's
So,
fine.
like-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sorry, Adam.
Nice. This is quite apt, really. Okay. So, and you.
I think I'm going to be
Is it, Adam?
You're just going to
Okay,
get 3
Adam, that's-
6s. That's possible, right, Adam? You can roll 3 6s on 2 dice.
It is. There are cards that would let him do it. Very, very tricky though. Okay. So it's over to Will. Okay, so Will, you get to choose one of those abilities.
I'm gonna try Revenant. It's a very risky maneuver, but I might come back to life.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Give it a go. No.
So we'll move that forward. The descent track goes down 1 again. And it's over to me. Okay, so that's a 4, 5, or a 6.
Don't understand how something works.
Hmm?
So where are you?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
This is not good, is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. I will go there. Okay. Who have we got? So we're on to Jamie again.
So if I go in the vault, what happens? Because I've been avoiding it.
If you go in the vault, because the vampire isn't in there, you just get to draw a card.
Okay. Got 5. 1, 2, 3. I'll be in the vault. Yeah.
Okay, I'll deal you a card from the vault. They're generally really good cards, with the exception of 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Adam's character that's in here right now? Is that Adam's actual character? Of
Yeah.
It
the
is,
vampire?
but he can't be interfered with necessarily. He's basically
can't.
hidden in a coffin in a tomb.
Yeah. So he can't be touched.
No, not at the moment. Okay, so it's the vampires. Adam's go. Come on,
Yeah,
Adam. Pull
there's
this
no
one
way.
out of the bag.
So 6, so I can't get there. So I's dead.
Sorry, Adam.
Vampire returns to the vault, right?
Vampire returns to the vault. You die. Your soul goes into the cemetery.
We've done it.
You choose a Death Knell card to reveal.
My cards.
Ah, That's ironic.
Oh dear.
Okay. So yeah, you know how the thing works, the haunt works, right, Adam? Okay, so we are on to Will.
Yeah, right, so it's...
And then there were 2.
Oh, I don't know why I rolled that, but sure. I am going to use... I think I'm going to use just Descent into Madness
Okay.
to move it down 1. And then
So it'll actually move down 2
Yeah.
because that's the end of your go.
Yeah.
So I should probably clarify that, actually, make it a little clearer.
Yeah.
So because it lands on a Death Knot spot, we reveal another Death Knot card. So reveal one of the 2 remaining.
Yeah.
Promise of Power.
Each
Okay,
player
so
may add or remove X from their movement each turn, and that player loses X health.
yeah. So that's that's.
So you can remove how
Pretty
much you
brutal.
want from the roll, but you take a lot of damage.
Yeah. Okay, so it's over to me then. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna go for it, I think. Are we? 1, 2. We're gonna have to. When I leave the Dark Tower, I can leave but by moving to any empty secret door. Just to let you know, Jamie.
Ah, you.
Okay, so I'm gonna trade in my soul token that I got. So that goes back over there somewhere. And I get to draw 2 cards from the Dark Tower and choose one to keep. Well, it's definitely going to be that. Okay. So I have to reveal this one. I
don't understand this card here, this one here. I don't understand how you'd use it.
It doesn't work anymore because there's only 2 of us now, but although no, it would do, I suppose. Basically, you have to play it on another player's turn.
Yeah.
It reverses the turn order. So if you played it on my turn, it would then go backwards to Will, Adam, and then you.
Yeah.
So that's what it does. If that makes sense. Okay, so
yeah, I just suddenly realised what that means. Right, okay, yeah, I get it now.
I have drawn the Possessed Sword, which is basically like an instant kill. If I hit you, and it's got a range of 2, but I can't use actions while I'm in possession of it. So this is all or nothing now. That goes down 1.
Right, is it my turn?
Yep.
And a candle, so I can add 1 to it, can't I?
Add or remove, yeah. So it's 3, 4, or 5.
3, 4.
It could be any number. If you add.
So if I go here for 4, jump on that. Finish it. Cool. Yep.
Okay. So the descent tracker moves down one again. And it is Adam's go.
I'm just going to place a trap, and I'm going to put it there. Why not?
Adam.
Okay. And we're over to Will.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm also going to place a trap. Why not?
Okay.
Let's put it right about
Okay. So it's back to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start from here. 1, 2, and I can change that to a 3. It's not looking good. And I will attack you, Jamie, with my possessed sword.
Ooh.
So that deals 10 damage, and any damage you suffer, if you suffer 1 or more, you're eliminated by that weapon.
So what was that? So 10 damage.
You got to protect all of it.
Yeah.
No, I can't, so I'm dead.
Wow.
Jeez. God, it's so cliche, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody designer.
So we just played
Thank you, guys. That was
Damnation,
great.
the
Thank
Gothic
you for playing
game.
it with me.
Thoughts, guys?
Take
away.
earlier review and just apply copy paste here, because it was lots of fun as per usual. And but when we played it as a prototype, I didn't know what we were getting when we came into it, and I feel like when I play a game like that, it inspires me. It's great. But actually, it was still a fun game. I was really invested in it, and I know I'm invested in it because Will was being a douche as per usual, and like I'm secretly texting Adam saying, finding different ways to kill Will, and saying I'm really cross right now. I'm really cross because I had a plan and Will was ruining it, and it takes me back to being like 8 years old and playing Monopoly and being really, really like cross because like dice. But that's the fun of the game, right? The fun is that you're invested in it and you're enjoying it. And like, while I hate gotcha games in general, like this isn't a gotcha game. It is a game of strategy, and if you play a poor strategy, which I did on that one occasion, that little bit, it will get you. It will come and get you, and the game will come and bite you in the bottom really, really hard. And that's the thing. It's risk and reward, risk and reward. And so from a game perspective, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And playing it again just made me realise how much fun the game actually is. So much so that I can't wait to get out of lockdown just so that I can play it in my board game group, which includes Will, which means he's going to try and push me down the spiral staircase again. But yeah, it's so much fun, and it's so hard to find negatives in it. It really is. Like I'm genuinely struggling to find anything that I didn't like, because I can't even blame the game for being pushed down the spiral. As cross as I would be, that was on me. Like that was me not like knowing the rules. So as well as I should.
I think that's like I'll just jump on that, Jamie, because I agree with that. Like. This is a frustrating game because you will have points where you have a plan and it will fail because either your dice rolls or how you've moved, but it always feels like it's your fault. The game's not to blame here. For instance, when I was just trying to get back to the vault so I could return back to human form, I knew that Jamie had a card that there was some way that he'd be able to move me away from the vault, but I was 100% certain, it's only if I attack him, but that wasn't the case. And then I got royally messed over because there's no way I could have physically got back to that vault at that point. And yeah, I was annoyed about it, but at the same time I was like, well, that's on me. I knew he had a card. I didn't have to go that way. So yeah, no, I get that. I get that kind of like a 8-year-old frustration you get, someone's invaded Africa in rest. Or someone's been turtling in Australia and they've got out. Oh, damn you.
It's not a game, is it? If we the amount of games that we've played and we've come away and gone, right, let's play the next one. And while the game's been enjoyable, you're not as emotionally invested in it. And that's the thing about this particular game for me, is like it's such an emotional game. Like you come away from it and like I genuinely feel like some of my soul's been taken away from me. And I've left it on the table because just that 8-year-old in me. like if I was around the table, I probably would have punched Will square in the face. I was so cross. I was like fuming, like, and I'm a grown-ass adult with a mortgage and everything, and I just felt at that particular point, I was just like, I just wanted to flip the table. I was so cross. But 10 minutes later, I realised the mistake I'd made, and that's the thing. It's like Will was playing the game. He wasn't playing. It wasn't like the game was bad. It was Will played the game, and I walked into that trap. So, you know, don't hang out around staircases.
That's just good life lessons.
Yeah.
So, Will, what were your thoughts? What were your takeaways from this?
I really enjoyed the game. I liked the mechanics of being able to, like, unlike most dice games, having the effect of being able to adjust the dice roll. So your dice roll sometimes wasn't fixed. You're able to adjust it by like 1 or 2 points, sometimes more, based on the cards that you had available to you, which gave a bit of differentiation of where you're going, and that added, I think, the strategy kind of element to a dice-based movement game. So it allowed you to then go and try and get into a room or get out the way of someone, so that you were at least a few steps away, that someone wouldn't be able to get to you in time and give you a stab in the back. Or you were able to find cards that were able to deviate some of the negative things around, but then you've got to know where those cards are, which I thought was a good thing. It was like a good thing for the time I was playing, but the next time I play, I might not be so lucky. I might just be running into all these damage cards, and I might end up dying, which is what did happen. But there may be like the case where I might not find as many things, and I might get some just pointless things at the time, and that's some luck thing.
It's quite a psychological game, because I spent 15 minutes of the game just winding you up, Will, going,
yeah, that too. It's like, does he have like a weapon that's going to eliminate me in one hit, or is he just trying to psych me out to keep me away so that he can then get the weapon that he needs to eliminate me?
One thing I'd say about this game is I've play tested with Chris over the past year or something over lockdown, with various different player groups, and it's always my biggest takeaway from this game is it's always different. It's not like, so at the very end of this one, Chris had that possessed sword that does 10 damage, and if even 1 point of damage goes through, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, not every game ends up with people running around with possessed swords killing people. It's always a different method of people. Last game we played, people in the moat. It's different every time you play, which is really nice.
And I've got to say, on that end scenario, that wasn't unfair, because I had a character that if I'd got to Chris's character, he would have died. He had to attack me first, or he died. So again, you can't, I wasn't disappointed with the loss. I thought, well, okay, here's some great swords. But, he'd gone and got that sword. He'd gone and made the risk going into wherever he went to and got it. I kept in all the safe places, like the master bedroom and stuff. So, but yeah, I agree with you, because I played it twice now. It's my second game, and it felt very different from the first time. So, I do think, like, while some games don't translate well to things like Tabletop Simulator, this is translated really well for what it is, considering a lot of that. The enjoyment from the last game was like the sly looks over to Adam, or trying to assess Will's face. Like Will could never be a poker player, because he's literally got all the tells. But love it. I loved it, and I think that's probably my review from last time, actually.
Probably.
So yeah.
See, like we try to balance our reviews, and we're all coming away quite positive from this. The major thing that I think with this kind of people might be put off about this game is the roll to move. It's a mechanic which it's about 5,000 years old at this point, and a lot of people kind of hate it. And when you play a game with the roll to movement, it has to have something to kind of take away some of that luck-based kind of rolls, because it really just kind of hamper your fun when you're playing a game where you're rolling dice to move and you go very slowly all the time or something like that. But I would say that I feel that Black Letter Games have really kind of had to think about this, because you've got several ways you can manipulate those dice rolls. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh shit, is this? I mean, like looking at this, you look at the artwork and you're like, I want to play this game. It looks amazing because the artwork is so good and it's very thematic game. But yeah, you might hear roll to move and think, actually, this really puts me off. I'd say that's they have thought about how to mitigate that, and it really does come into the strategic placing of where you go on the board. Really does kind of add to the whole kind of gameplay and fun of this.
Yeah, the game's pretty balanced, really balanced. You know, and if I've got one negative, I've not. Do you know me and how much I hate dice rolling for movement, like as awful as it is? I felt it was really balanced. But the one thing that I and I think it's because in both games I haven't had those cards, but I felt that the attack and defense strategy in the game is very pro attack and very lacking in defense. So unless you happen to have cards that have defense on them, there's nothing that you can do to mitigate an attack. And then your hand is quite small, so you've only got 6 in your hand. So you're sort of forced to make more choices than perhaps you would. You know, you're going to be pro attack or pro defense. So like, and I think if I've got any criticism, and it is really nitpicking at this point, is that I would prefer a slightly larger hand limit. So there were some cards that I threw away because other cards were much better, but just general defense cards got thrown in the bin because actually I didn't see the value in them. And actually it transpires it wouldn't have helped me anyway. But the point there is that like it's very pro attack and very little defense, but you know, there's nothing really huge about unless you have those cards to mitigate it. But do you know what? It's such a nitpick. It's trying to give some balance in this review of picking something rather than this was an issue. It's just worth pointing out that like again, luck of the cards rather than luck of the dice. But it all comes together. It makes it an enjoyable game. You just pick a different strategy. Yeah. You know, it stops people playing the same game over and over again. You know, I know a couple of people that would just, if they could pick cards, they play the same strategy over and over again and learn to dominate with it and learn to have that dominating game. And I think with that, I think both the roll to move and the randomness of the cards mitigate you being able to play the same strategy over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Especially some of those cards that might be like key to your strategy, somebody else might pick them up before you get to them.
Or have a combo that negates like all of them for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think you've got to play enough games to know what cards are in there.
Definitely.
So you can psych people out. I was annoyed that Will was able to look at my cards because I basically got him on the ropes. I was saying, "Oh well, I've got a card," and that's the fun thing about it is that the cards are not. You know, again, you play certain games and they are similar on a theme. But every card is different. Like I did not even know there was a card that could deal 10 sword damage. That's insane. But the fact it's there. Then the next time you play, you know it's in there, so you adjust your strategy to, you know.
It's exactly right. And there's enough variety in the game that even when you know those things, there's way to mitigate that. So it's like you guys have said a couple of times. I think the balance of this game feels right, and also the length of time this game takes to play also feels about right.
Definitely.
So like obviously we played a 4-player game tonight. I played up to 6 players, and they have a mechanic to basically to speed the game up. So once you get to the very end of that track, that descent track, at the end of every player's turn, they lose 1 hit point. So you're going until you're the last person standing at that point. So it really does force you to kind of really like, you know, try and take people out before you yourself go.
It also helps mean that the person that did go out first isn't sat around waiting for maybe another game of it or something else. It's like it gives them and also gives them a chance to do other things and abilities, because there is obviously the revive mechanic, which is like very rare. But
and you guys played one of the new expansions, which was this ghost ability.
The ghost ability, that's in the standard one, so you always have
standard, is it? Yeah.
So a way to mitigate, like Will was saying, mitigating player elimination. So like from the very offset, I could have died in that very first round because I unfortunately got into that torture chamber and stuff. But yeah, like there's ways you can kind of change that around, and when you do become a ghost, there are certain abilities you have, and if you can roll 3 6s, then you get to come back, which is quite rare. But I can imagine you sitting through a game of that, and if you manage to roll 3 6s, you would be so like, it's like
on
getting
the
a
last
hole
turn as well.
You're like, my God, this is amazing.
Well, the board game gods were shining upon me today when we were playing, so that makes me really happy that I didn't die to the stairs. Do you know what, Will? I like fair play, good strategy, well done. You outwitted me, but I'm so pleased I didn't die to the friggin' stairs. That one is just like I died a proper death. I died to a sword, so happy with that. So yeah, you know what? What a treat! That was a real treat. That was a crab dinner or a steak dinner of a game. It was it wasn't a standard burger. It's something special. And if you managed to watch this review and you're watching this on Kickstarter and you're debating whether or not it's worth the argument with your other half of no more board games, all I'm going to say to you is buy it. It's well worth the argument. It's well worth that purchase. And I promise you, it will not be on the once you played it, it will be a regular game that you play.
It's a great game to play with a bunch of mates, like just messing each other over and just taking each other out. It's great fun. So I think we've covered all the bases here. Depending when this video comes out, it'll be on Kickstarter in May, I believe. So whenever this appears. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm going to stop talking and let the other two guys have a chat and just give us all the information that you guys need to know.
Well, I know one bit, and I'm going to play a card that says we do it backwards. So stay safe and keep rolling.
Make sure to catch us on
Sign
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, not Twitter. We tried TikTok, but it didn't go so well, so we left that. We can find us on Twitch, and you can find us on Discord as well, maybe in the future, one day.
All the things. Just check. We're on everything. But make sure. Pardon? Why don't we all together stay safe and keep
That's
rolling?
a good idea. Let's do that.
3. So I'll go 3, 2, 1.
Stay safe and keep rolling. And all the delays. That's fine. We'll sync it up in editing.
Sync it up in editing. Done now. Turn it off.
Okay. Goodbye.